Good morning YouTube. So, back on the tools today, and first job on this one is this Mix Max fence which we're replacing. Rotten off posts, and yeah, so we've got that to do. Both sides, so 6 1/4 panels, 5 1/4 panels, and they're going to be concrete posts, 1 foot gravel boards, 6 foot posts, panels, and then this stone area is going to become a artificial lawn, brick edging around the outside and a small step across there. Anyway, let's go with some work. I haven't done a lot of filming because of this rain. Basically got the old fence out so far, got the posts, the holes where the old one come out. We did have the option of, because there was a smaller bit down that end, we could have missed it, but when we looked, somebody had already done that, so there's going to be concrete wherever we went. But we're kind of glad we went this way, because a lot of they'd actually used those spurs with a bit of concrete around them, as that one's been there. So putting in these concrete posts is actually going to be a far better solution. So we've got a little bit of fettling to do, a little bit of tidying up to do along here. This mud is atrocious. Got a little bit deeper and probably a bit wider on that one. That one probably needs to go a bit deeper. But we can kind of fettle with these. Now to go to this is the end there, and you can see that one's actually got no concrete in at all. That end post, it's just got a spur in there. So actually adding the concrete in the concrete post is going to shore that one up a lot more. So there, 6 foot, so 7 foot in total fence with the gravel boards. So we've got 9 foot posts, which is what, 2.7 metres. There we go, so far so good. Clearing out these bottom bits here, ready for the first post and gravel board. And this is, let's just try and get that light on. This is the pleasures of this time of year, winter. Now we're back here again tomorrow, so you'll get to see. I haven't done hardly any film. I haven't done any filming of this because it's been absolutely miserable today. It's been really raining. It's just been a horrible, dank day. We've come across concrete from what we would say was probably 3 other old fences. And would you Adam and Eve, it's only 5 o'clock. Well, it's not even 5 o'clock yet. It's about 1:45, something like that. But we're back here again tomorrow. I'm pleased that we've made the amount of concrete that we had to get out. They weren't small bits either. These are the bits here, but they aren't even from the fence that we were, the one that we were replacing. These were ones which were intermittent. So down there, as you said earlier on, there was a gate which had been fenced over. We could have missed it and gone in between, but somebody had already done that. But because we're putting 1 foot gravel boards in, because we want to be a retainer for what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and also just the soil retention, also to keep this height, to keep, there's an alleyway back there and whatever. You don't want to be mucking about with people looking over a shorter fence, because they haven't got any greenery on here. So we wanted a taller fence, and it's only 6 foot this side, because you can barely see the gravel boards. I mean, we'll put the camera back on tomorrow and I'll try and do a bit more filming. But no, it's been a miserable old day. But anyway, 5 o'clock, joys of winter. You'll be able to see a bit better tomorrow, hopefully. It's only been 5 in a cut panel. We have put a step in around this point here, purely because the whole thing does go up. But no, there we are. Anyway, right, catch up again with good morning. This is the other side of the fence. Now, I didn't do any filming from here, but I wanted to do. We have got to do tidying up. Got to just backfill some of the posts and the gravel boards and such. But I wanted to show from this side, which is why we've done the 1 foot gravel boards. Because the other side I want to show you in a minute, you can't actually see, or you see very little of the gravel boards, which shows the drop from down here. And you look at the next door neighbour's one, they've got a 1 foot gravel board, they sunk 6 inches of it. But when I looked over, because it's a short fence, their side, their soil is actually touching the bottom of that fence, which is why you got this bit of bow here. So much rather raise it up, and then they're going to be preserving both the fence and taking the pressure off of the actual timber. There, so this is the other side, day 2, and as I say, there's, you just about see the gravel boards on there. We've still got to backfill along there anyway. So this morning we are getting out all of this pea shingle, well it's not pea shingle, all this gravel, and into the skip. There you are. It's going to absolutely rain hard in a minute, so we want to try and get all this done as soon as possible. I'll be happy if we can get this out because we've got loads of hardcore going in. Right, miserable. Done no filming, so I'm just going to do these. I've given up thinking about putting it up and doing it, so I'm just going to do these in stages. It's absolutely atrocious weather. So, wind. We've got all this, well, most of the stones up so far. And we're just trying to get down some of this road planings MOT type 1 for this sub base. This is the first, and a couple of wheelbarrows just to try and stop the mud, because we've got the weed fabric back. Going to put this down, weed fabric, grano dust, weed fabric, and then the artificial lawn. We've got concrete haunch to do around the outside. Not going to even bother attempt to do that today. Just no point at all. So we're just going to try and get this base down. We can always pull the turf back and then lay it and fix up to it anyway. So yeah, so far, let's have a walk back through. We've got a mini skip which we filled up with the stones. That's the turfs there, just one mini skip filled up, and then around here we've got all the MOT type 1 and grano dust. Now, let's go back. So if you're not familiar with what the grano dust is, well, that's the MOT type 1, which is all fines and bits of rock, all compact down nice. And this is the granite dust, which is better than sharp sand, pH neutral, so it doesn't hold the ammonia smell, and also goes a lot tougher under compaction underneath the grass than sharp sand. Sharp sand all washes away a bit more, and there's lots of other benefits, but I can't go into them. So we've got wheelbarrow loads going in and out. This weather's really not making it much fun. We've got to think about what's what's worth it and what's not. But certainly glad that we did that fence yesterday and not today, because trying to fence in this weather would be ridiculous. But the way today's going, I'll be happy if we just get some of this MOT type 1 down, get it compacted, try and stop a little bit of this mud. Anyway, catch up again soon. How's that camera there? Let's see if I can clean that up. Oh, right. Oh, that's terrible, hang on. Is that any better? Yeah. Let's do the back one as well. Oh, wow, okay. It's so wet today. So wet. We're about 20 past 1. The rain has just got worse and worse and worse. Now we're at that point where we think, well, okay, we're wet through. We can't compact the hardcore because it's just so wet, and the plate's not doing any good. Not doing any good at all. The wind's picked up, so it's lashing it in your face. But I'm going to just switch the camera around. I don't like putting my phone out in the wet, but I'm just going to switch it around so you can briefly see what we do. But we're not going to call it a day just yet, because we can still barrow around. We're wet. We can't really do too much work, but we might as well do a bit while we're here anyway. Anyway, let's switch it around. We're going to go out into the miserable. Quickly get underneath this bit of shade here. So this is what we've been working in for the last couple of hours, really. the customer's just questioned our sanity, and up to that point I hadn't really questioned it myself. But you can see the water is just sitting on here. We can't compact it, so we're just going to barrow it around in the lumps that we need to, and then sort it all out tomorrow, I think. But anyway, if it dries up, I'll put another video on later. We've got a load of rock out. We did because some of the hardcore, the roadstone was very fine, so fine. Probably the finest stuff we've had. We've actually mixed in some of the stones with it, but I've given up compacting today. It's too wet, no point. So we're going to call it a day. Back tomorrow. See what I've done. Keeping the water or not, but that's all the MOT type 1 down. We've got the granite dust coming here, which will be easier, but go over and have a massive load of compacting tomorrow. And hopefully it will be dry enough that we can start doing a bit of concrete around the edges. I've left lumps of concrete there, just going to break that up, and that's all going to go in to help bulk out the steps there. Right, we're actually here on day 3, a lot better weather. We got here and just cracked on because we thought we were going to get rain again. So far we haven't actually had any, so I've managed to do the brick edging across here, all haunched in. We're backfilled with that filthy gravel we've taken out, but that will all wash clean eventually. We've gone round and whacked down, but we're going to just go over again in some places. We've got the granite dust coming in. Cement mixer just cleaning up. Always chuck a load of bricks in there, a little bit of water and some brick acid just to keep that clean. It's doing nicely. I'll just give that a rinse out. So yeah, concrete haunching going round the outside. Again, we've got the haunching going around here with these bricks. Going to run out of sand unfortunately, but I've got to come back anyway because we're doing a step here. So yeah, we've got concrete haunching to go around there, the step going in there, and then concrete haunching again going along there. And that's where we've got these bricks going along, and I'm going to have a little count out, see if we've got enough, because I was planning on taking the camellia out, but they want to keep it there. Just see if we can do a square around the camellia with the bricks, just to finish it off. Makes a little bit of an awkward cut, but you know, it's what the customer would like. So anyway, that's our little update, and I'll do another one in a while. End of day 3. We are behind. We would have liked to have got done today, but with the weather yesterday, it just, you know, it's thrown us completely out. But we've pulled it back a fair bit, so we've got one more day here. Just to, I mean, it's a Sunday, you don't really want to be whacking. So we've gone round, done a bit, but you don't want to do any more really. So I've got the last step there to do. Got the old slabs which we're running through here, which we're going to break up and put in amongst there as well, and use some of them for the top, for the actual step itself. But that's the basic set out there. Cement mixer can stay out here. You can see where we've gone through with all this granite dust. Still got to do the bit of haunching around there. We're going to have the haunch which goes around these bricks as well. But we've gone all around there as well. That's with 30-minute quick setting cement around there as well. The bricks and the haunching and such. This is what I was saying about in one of the first videos, well, first bit that I was recording of this, because we wanted to get this as level as possible, how we've built this area up. You can see that, you know, that's a 1 foot gravel board. It goes to show how much of the drop is the other side there. So then we've still got the concrete haunch to do around there. I've gone around a little bit. There's a few bits which I'll go around and just top up. But we've got that here. So yes, we've got 2 sides, that to do, whacker plating to do, a little bit of a dig out and the bricks to go around on that camellia, and then I can just pull back and sort all that out properly anyway. This will all, the grano dust is, it doesn't show too well, the grano dust is higher than the haunch on those bricks. But once that's compacted down and we're smoothed through, it will bring that all into level. With the artificial turf is actually a 32mm pile, so it's quite a good one, quite deep, premium product. Yeah, we haven't actually opened up the artificial turf yet. It's still rolled up. We'll come back. We'll come back next week and later in the week and just finish up. It's really not helped. I mean, we're out, I don't know what the time is now, about 3 o'clock, and yeah, I'm not one of these contractors that will start early and start making noise at 7 o'clock. I don't like making noise before 9 o'clock particularly. I don't think it's fair. That's on a weekend. The weekday's a different story. But yeah, so we got here, you know, fairly late. Time to sort yourself out and whatever. And because it's early doors, you know, like the light starts drawing in, you lose so many hours. Yeah, you know, I've just noticed something which I didn't say about. I don't think I said about. So with the fence, you can see how R1 is, you know, meeting the level with their next door's one there, and their roses in that corner there. It shows how much of a slope the path is back there, where they're both 6-foot fences on both neighbours, but the difference there is dramatic. And we started setting at this end because we knew it as the highest point, and then done some sums, so we'd end up at that point over there. There we are. It's been a real sloggy, dirty couple of days. There we are, end of day 3. Okay, right, new day. Didn't do it before on here because I managed to get some in the light the last time I left, but just had a couple of hours just to come along and do the brickwork around this outside of the step. I've tried compacting, but we had rain before I come, and it's just absolutely awful. I mean, it's going solid and it's compacted like it should do, but it's just hot work. So hopefully we're not due rain tonight. We're back here tomorrow. Got a full day, so hopefully everything will be okay overnight. Just got that to do around the camellia. Might make it a little bit bigger so I don't have to split a block, because I've got yeah, I've got 3 there, although one's got a chip in it, and I've got 2 over there, so it wasn't too bad with the blocks. Best to make it okay. But no, there's the block work. It's level all the way around, and you can see how much it does drop off. And there's no way that we've built this area up, like I said before, but there's just no way that we were ever going to you know, do the whole levels. It was always going to have to drop off there, and that's a compromise, because we want the front to be matching up with the sides. I'm sure I could have played about with it and made it a little bit better, but I'm not so sure. It's not a big problem. This is where I first done the whacking through here, and it's always going to be wetter down here because that's where it all travels. And we actually do this whole thing here. This is all gravel trap, all yeah, it's all French drain, I suppose you call it, down in through there. But you can see how much rain we've had, because I think it was on the last video. These stones were absolutely black with the with dirt, and they've washed clean a lot quicker than I anticipated. But that's not a bad thing at all. Cement mixer staying underneath there. That's the best £30 second hand I ever spent. So this bit of water here it's just washed out there, washed out next up. Got a little bit of levelling out in here to do. I've started scraping it back. But yeah, you can see here. Now that summer house is level, and see how it's over on this side. You can just see how out it goes. We've brought up the level a heck of a lot to make this space more usable, but it was always going to drop off, and so that's going to be a compromise. So yeah, as I say, it's got a little bit of dragging around to do. I'd love to put the whacker plate over it again, but we'll see how well it dries out. Got this little bit of the side here to tidy up, because this is where it's going to be stuck to, because this haunch was already here from this paving, and these are the slabs we're going to be using for the infill for there. So some are going to be broken up and put in, others are just going to be used as they are. I haven't gone through them, but it's a tricky one. I'm not a fan of this pink, but I think we've got more of these pink and cream ones than we have of the others. It looks like they're slightly different thicknesses as well, which isn't too much of a, well, I mean it's a bother, but they're all 450s, 450 by 450. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go on top of the bricks yet, or have the slabs on the inside of the bricks, so have them coming over the top or on the inside. Not decided. I think it would be nice to have them over and then cut the shape on the outside, but I don't know. That's a problem tomorrow. Anyway, that's update progress so far. Oh, I was going to tell you about these before. I don't know if I have. I've got these in tool station, these gloves. Absolutely waterproof. They're fairly warm, but I mean, when we were doing the fence before and it was so muddy, I was literally between, because I don't like having the muddy hands, then using the tools because they slip and such. I literally got submerged in my hands in the water butt, and they were dry. You know, they felt cold, so they felt wet, but they weren't. So yeah, I think they're Black Rock. Focusing there, yeah, Black Rock gloves. About £3.5, £4 a pair. Really, really well worth the investment. But strange enough, they sweat. Your hands sweat. And this is rather disgusting, but your hands smell a bit like sweaty ham. But they're dry. So that's amazing. So anyway, that's today's progress, and you'll be back tomorrow for some more. Right, just stopping for a cup of coffee. We've got the first roll down and cut and whatever. I don't really want to walk on that, but I don't know whether this one will be released before or after, but this is my Stanley one. Let's see how it looks. That actually makes it look really different, the colour on there.
It's okay.
Yeah, go for it. Right, okay. So I've had Nick today laid the artificial turf. From that way you can't see two joins which are in there, maybe a little bit there. You can see it, just the colour difference, but you can see it when you look face onto it, which is there. You can see the join, which is unfortunate, but best I could do. And then there's another one down there going across. There we are. That's the turf gone down. Got that bit just to do with the concreting around it, haunching. Got those used slabs to cut and do and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to come back. This has overrun. It's overrun a fair bit, but it happens. You know, the weather was against us. So it's going to continue. looking nicer, I think, for an artificial lawn. I mean, I have mixed views on it, but for this cause, this customer, I think it's quite good. Just trying to get it to zoom in a little bit, it's a 32mm pole. You have got flecks of brown in it. I mean, the camera's not picking up too much, purely because of the dark, which is now coming in. I mean, again, it's only about 4 o'clock. But, you know, it's a quality product, this one. Anyway, back Tuesday. Not working this weekend. Worked through last weekend and it was horrendous. So yeah, back Tuesday. Anyway, just nipped back. Well, I've spent 2.5 hours here. I'm just making do with these slabs, trying to sort of fit in between jobs. So behind now with the weather's been atrocious, and trying to juggle some of the maintenance and everything as well. It's just been a bit of a nightmare, but I'm getting there. I'd say probably 2 hours, which I'm going to do on Thursday, just to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I broke the tip on that one, so annoyed. Just broke the corner off it a little bit, but I mean, this is really making do with old product. Once the jet wash down, I'm sure they'll be fine. Doing the pink around the outside, and then I think they're buff on the inside, but customer will jet wash those off in due course. He's going to be painting the summer house and garage, what do you call it, summer house and fencing and everything anyway. So that's it. Anyway, catch up with me Thursday. We'll have a complete thinking. Catch up with me Thursday and hopefully we'll be right. So I've packed up the van, tidied up, had a little blow around with the blower. Finished that step off this morning. We have it. So these pavers will look so much better once they're actually jet washed off, cleaned off, which is what the client's going to do. I'm a bit annoyed that we still see a visible bit of the line down there. Tried our utmost to hide it. There's the camellia planted round. It's just got to be topped up with soil. But as I've had wet weather whilst I've been doing this, it's made it all a little bit tricky today. You might be wondering if this is level. Well, the answer is yes and no. The step bit there is level. It's actually the summer house, which is not. So I don't know whether it's sunk on one side or whatever, but there we are. This project it's overrun due to the weather. It's been horrendous, this weather. And I think I'm going to get more rain in a minute. Literally just packed up and yeah, it's 1:30. So yeah. There we are. We've got, well, that's that fence panel. As I said before, this has all been done for when this edging has been all done for when it comes to maintenance. Also just to neaten it up, finish it off tidily. But this post is going to need some attention in due course because it's broken off already. I think that was done a couple of years ago, client said. So there we are. Everything's going to take a long time to dry out. So just done that pointing around there and the rain copped me, so not very happy about that. But there we are. Sorry I didn't get much footage, but with the weather being it is, yeah, see from this angle you can't see the line at all. And yet when you looked at it from the same angle, when you looked at it from the other side, But anyway, there we are. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you in another one soon.